Hi, this is Yin, and I'm here with Helmut today.
Hi, Yin.
Hi. So Helmut, I have a question for you. I get asked this question by many small business owners calling us and wanting to know more about our program, right? And they ask this question: why should I go with your program? Costing this kind of money when I can find other programs out there that are cheaper?
Well, maybe a bad answer might be, well, there are Mercedes and there are Hondas, but that's maybe not a good answer. Well, first of all, when people ask me that also too a lot, especially in the past when I was doing selling myself, which I don't do so often anymore now. But one of the answers I say, look, if you had a program, you talk to people a program which is, so to say, so much cheaper and good in price, and if it made sense, why didn't you buy it? I mean, people should buy it. Again, it's like it boils back to the people who want millions of references and who want this and who want that and who want that, and they want guarantee on top of the guarantee, and they don't know whether we will deliver the guarantee because what about if, well, you keep working till we reach the goal, what about if we never reach it? They come up with millions of reasons why. Well, they're not ready to buy. Not for nothing. I think it was Buddha who said that, or maybe it was Gandhi, it was one of those Indian gurus who says, the teacher will appear when the student is ready.
All right.
For those people, there's no teacher there yet, maybe. So that's what I tell them. Why didn't you go for it? And of course, like with many other things in life we buy, the purchasing price sometimes may be expensive, but the overall cost of the price might be very, very inexpensive and much cheaper than the cheap program. For instance, if you buy a cheap tire, it may be very cheap, but you have to replace it more often.
Right.
Or it gives your car accident more easy. Now, what's the price then? And that's just one example. There are many things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You buy a very cheap water faucet, but you replace it 4 times as often. So never mind the hassle you get in between.
That's right. Didn't you give a seminar recently in India about the price war? Of us, between business owners out there. People aren't undercutting the price.
Right. India is I mean, they don't know that they're famous for that, but they just everybody tries to cut the other person's throat, and every salesperson thinks that the only way he can sell it is by going lower in the price. Yeah.
So what happened to the results of this competition, price competition?
You see, it's like what we tell with our clients. If it's a dentist or restaurant owner and they think they need to cut prices, that's the sure way that they will never make money. In fact, it's just not possible. So they need to realize that they got to be telling their clientele, their patients, whatever it may be, and say, look, Mr. Patient, Mr. Client, I don't know how Georgie over there delivers this product so cheaper. I don't know how to do it. I can't do it. I'm not willing to do it. I know what it takes for me to deliver the quality I deliver, and that's the price I need. And yes, I'm totally entitled to make some money. Now, if you want to have something which works and which is supposed to make you a huge amount of money, don't expect it to come cheap. And for instance, in our case, what most prospects don't realize is that almost all consultants, doesn't matter what they charge, what they ask the client to do, then, our prospect, is so expensive that it makes the price which they paid for consulting irrelevant. Meaning, those consultants come up with so weird and so expensive ideas, which are undoable for most clients, which makes the whole consulting program again garbage, because he can't do it. Which doesn't mean it doesn't work if he would do it. It just means the client then, the guy who gets the consulting, A, doesn't have the money, or more often than that even, he's not willing to spend it. And this is where we are so enormously cheap. So even if our program is more than many other consultants. First of all, it's not more than most, or not more than all at least. Well, as I said, I don't know how the people deliver it cheaper, and on top of it, I know they don't. The truth of the matter is our program is super inexpensive, considering that we do 80% of the work for them, which the other companies don't. They just tell them what to do. And then the guy does it or doesn't do it. And they wash their hands in saying on it. So anyway, what it costs is what it costs. And that's just all there's to it.
And I think you bring up a very good point about how, people use price as a comparison, right? But I do know that, in the end, you do get what you pay for in the end, right? And anything that's about increasing business and about helping a business to grow, right? It doesn't come cheap. It's not cheap. No.
Well, personally, I don't necessarily think that in all cases you do get what you pay for. Like, for instance, in our cases, I think you get a lot more than you pay for.
Well,
and here's the thing. One area where we are very inflexible with what it costs is what it costs. But we are quite flexible, after all, with payment arrangements. We allow that type of stuff, and that alone is worth lots of things. It's like with a house and a car. Most of us could not ever afford one if there wouldn't be banks lending us money for it in some type of affordable payment arrangement. And we do similar things. If a business owner doesn't have the money we charge, he's super sick on an economical level, super sick. And 95% of the time that's not the case. 95% it's the unwillingness to spend money for that type of stuff. That's just all there's to it.
Well, I think the unwillingness can be very costly just in itself.
Oh, it's super costly.
Because I think there's this saying, right, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance.
Right. Just same like if you think healthcare and staying healthy and doing preventive healthcare is expensive, try to get sick. See how expensive that is. Never mind how uncomfortable it is.
That's right.
You see, and living a lifelong with lost dreams, with thinking, my God, I have a business and I could be big. I should be big. I should have a business with money and time at the same way, because the only way to have time if you have your own business, if you're big enough that you, the business owner, can stay away from it a little more. To run around with that failed purpose, with that failed feeling of I'm not making it, and continue to suffer, that's the miserable thing.
Right.
That's what, and that's when then people get grouchy and they get annoyed with life and annoyed with their spouses, and that's when they feel like they're in a dead-end job, literally, even though they own a business, and that's when they start saying, well, I'm too late, I was too late for the business, I went too wrong, this and this. No, let me tell you, he just wasn't willing to move it,
Right.
and to do the things that needs to be done. He kind of basically expected to be with one skill, being a good restaurant owner, a good mechanic, a good dentist, to make it, and then say, well, I learned enough, I don't want to spend money on that. Basically, it's not honoring, it's not valuing the knowledge of business running and marketing, and thinking, well, that's all common sense, I don't need to have to spend money for that. Well, I hope it isn't like that. If it wouldn't be like that, we would be doing even better, but one way or the other way, we can only go and see whether the student is ready.
That's right. And I think I can conclude from our discussion here that the most expensive thing to do is to do nothing.
100%. It's the most, even though it sometimes looks as though easy, not painful, it is super painful to do nothing.
That's right.
All right.
So there are more resources on our website. Go there and we'll see you there.
Bye-bye.